What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, alongside my best friend and obviously a member of the Gains Alliance,
Rich Homie Sean, CEO High Performance Nutrition, coming to you live from Newport Beach at HPN HQ.
In the house. How does Joe do it?
Don't get us a letter.
We've been in the U.S. for one day, and when we left, Sean was excited because he's like, when we come back, I get to start my Carb 10 experiment. And if you guys haven't seen the video on Carb 10, I'll tell you right now, Carb 10 is a really amazing, in my opinion, a breakthrough carbohydrate with a very low molecular weight. So that means it goes through your system fast, yet it doesn't have that insulin spiking effect of other carbs. So you're getting the benefit of a carb rushing your muscles without the deleterious effects or the crash caused by other carbohydrates that are popular, dextrose, and even the other stuff that I'm not going to mention because people go crazy when you start talking about other carbs.
We don't need to.
I'm going to say corn dextrin.
Yeah.
That's one that most people, but I mean, at the end of the day, in my opinion, based on this data I have read and the fact that I believed in enough to put it in a bottle with my name on it, Carb 10 is the superior carbohydrate on the market right now. And we also, one of the main reasons I'm doing my show is I want to prove that this carb is the ultimate carb. Not just to you, but to myself. I'm really excited about it. I want to see how lean I can get using this as one of my main carb sources around training.
Moreover, we want to show you guys that carbs are crucial to getting lean.
Yes.
And this approach to dieting with a low carb diet, no carb diet, very low carb diet is bullshit, and it's absolutely not the most effective way to diet. It can work. A lot of things can work. You know, you can bang your head against the wall until you make a hole, right? But that doesn't mean it's better than using the door. So, right?
That was awesome.
So what we're going to do is we're going to keep carbohydrate as high as possible. And the way we're going to do it is that we're going to use a very efficient carbohydrate source, Carb 10. This is a material I was just as excited about because I just wanted this shit for myself. I don't even care if you guys use it. But we're going to use this heavily in this prep because of how efficiently it can allow us to increase carbohydrate effectively around the workout especially.
And it's extremely easy on your stomach. I've had it for the last couple days. I've used it before, but never extensively. Now for me, for my prep, I'm going to try and keep it as high as possible. I'm starting at 25 grams pre-workout. And again, you're not getting the friggin' insulin spike. When I take dextrose or anything else pre-workout, I get sleepy towards the end of my workout. My energy and my pumps during training will combine this with the pre-workouts, such as P3 or Clash or even a Fury and Vasky combined with this. The pumps have been, and you guys have seen the videos, and we've talked about it, absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I want to keep this as high as possible around training because you're looking at really a pretty cool carb source right here that I think will help you put on more lean mass and add more calories to your diet and get better pumps and better results and better recovery without adding fat without being as apt to add fat as other carb sources.
Can I hit him with an anecdote?
You hit him with an anecdote.
I'm gonna hit you guys with an anecdote. Myself, I am a big believer in maximal carbohydrate intake for performance training. I work with a lot of athletes and I work with some elite level athletes, and I've seen how powerful carbohydrates are. It's literally rocket fuel.
It's rocket fuel.
And the problem for me has been post-training. I've always liked utilizing different carbohydrates. I'm not going to name any brand names or any specific ingredient names because I don't want to put any of them down. But the problem is, at the end of it all, if I had a post-workout shake with a large amount of these carbohydrates, anything over maybe like 10, 20 grams, as soon as I started going 25, 50, 75, 100 grams, I would go to sleep after I had the shake. I was done. And for me, I work out first thing in the morning, and I get a high when I work out. And it puts me in the mind frame to do business and get down to work. And I need that. I can't have that not happen.
No.
And so for those types of carbohydrates being paired with a protein shake, to have them kill that buzz for me and make me feel sleepy, I can't have it. And so Carb 10 doesn't do that for me. And that's why I was so excited because I knew based on the research data, even as it was just coming out, that this was a material that would be different and that would be much more functional for post-workout in terms of not only glycogen replenishment, but also the quality of life factor.
Yeah, and I would also like to say that people say you need insulin. Have we ever seen a study done on the low molecular weight carb without the insulin spike? And that's something that we are going to look into funding sooner or later is doing that kind of study. I mean, imagine that.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that it would be, if not the same, but better. And also, you're looking at results. Like at the end of the day, I train in the morning. I can't afford to fall asleep at 11. You know what I mean? And that's what those other shakes were doing to me. So, Sean, so what exactly, so we know what I'm doing is 25 pre and 50 post pre-contest. What's your, and now I'm trying to lose. Sean's trying to gain.
I'm always trying to make gains, baby. This right here is for everyone, in my opinion. So this is an approach for fat loss where we're keeping it consistent and we'll deduct as necessary, but not anytime soon. We'll take carbs from other places in the diet before we take the Carb 10 for Marc's prep. For me, and for anyone who's looking to gain lean muscle mass without gaining body fat, this is my approach that I've come up with. I'm calling it the Carb 10 experiment, and it involves two things. The first thing is Carb 10. The second thing is NR, which is our product to maximize mitochondrial function.
Regardless of what your training goals are, you need to take NR.
Right.
You need to take it. And I'm not saying you don't need to take it around training. You need to take NR.
Yeah. So this is going to maximize mitochondrial function, muscle endurance, and your ability to uptake and utilize glucose. So that is going to maximize everything you're going to get out of this Carb 10 experiment. So what you're going to do is post-training, you're going to start with 1 scoop of Carb 10. And you can put it with or without a protein shake. That depends on your overall protein needs for the day.
With your current static diet.
Yeah, whatever is going on right now. If you have a shake right now, post-workout, this will go in it. If you don't have a shake right now and you eat a whole food meal, then you'll just have this independently. We don't want you to change anything else in your diet except for adding in the Carb 10 and the NR. So, and the NR is not, not a dietary thing. So just adding in that
Just take
supplement.
NR or you're stupid.
Right. So we want you to add Carb 10 and add 1 scoop in post-workout. Then what we want you to do is go a week and watch your weight. If your weight doesn't increase, add another scoop. Then watch your scale weight again. If it increases at any point in this experiment, you're just going to level off and you're going to keep it there until it doesn't go up anymore. But the goal here is, especially for me and for most of you, is going to be to get up to the 2, 3, and even 4 scoops if you're a larger guy, like let's say you were already 200 pounds, or if you're an extreme ectomorph and you have a fast metabolism, you're going to get up higher in the scoop range, and you're going to get in a lot of high quality fast absorbing carbohydrate post workout without gaining body fat. And so the way you're going to do it is you're going to get up to that point right where the scale starts moving and just keep it there. And don't change anything else in your diet. Don't add any new variables. Just leave that, keep busting your ass, and watch the lean muscle come on because of the new caloric surplus you've added.
Yeah, and it's also coming in a time that's advantageous to bring in carbohydrate, and it shouldn't affect your ability to perform during the day, because at the end of the day, we can build all the muscle we want, but if we can't pay our bills, who gives a shit?
Right.
So, I mean, I cannot, and that's why I always went just to a whole meal. What I'd do is I'd drive home from the gym, and I'd go and I'd down my sludge. I'd down MTS Whey with some blueberries and some oats in it. Now, I can take advantage of that critical feeding time. And I know there's debate on whether it's critical, but I believe when you're going for that extra, 2 to 4%, I believe that it is critical. And like Doug Miller was saying, that he's like, even if eating this way adds 1 to 2%, it's still 1 to 2% that my competition didn't have. And for me, it's critical. Now, if you're trying to make gains, imagine if you added 2% every workout for the next 2 years.
Yeah, this is a continual, slow and steady progression game. It's not a game, obviously. Oh shit! I just got a letter.
I have it. I have the TM. Bro.
It's a battle, that's gonna continue on forever. It's not just one thing. It's a sum of all your efforts. So you want to get that 1 to 2%. Fuck, get all of it. Why would you just want to be in the 5%? You want to be in the 1%. So get all the gains.
I got that.
Yeah. So that's what you're trying to do here.
And again, I can't stress enough in any phase, be it dieting or bulking, whatever, I believe NR goes. That's why we had to add it in here, because you guys need to know. If you're clicking on this video because it's a Carb 10 experiment that interests you, I think we're doing you a service by, telling you this is something not only I take, but my 9-year-old daughter takes, my 7-year-old son takes. Everybody who has any athletic anything, or even is just alive, should take NR.
Yeah.
But that's enough. I mean, this is, obviously you guys know our opinion on that. We've already stated it. So that's the experiment, guys. I'm prep, he's gaining, and we're all going to make gains at the end of the day. So,
and we'll put the text down below again, just in case if you're confused. by how we explained it. We'll put it a little bit more clearly in text below.
I'll have that up. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. We would film more, but we have to go eat. It's time to make gains.
I'm hungry.
Because being so hungry, you're done filming for probably the week. It's not a game.